This is the story of my life as a nurse. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, you're seeing this pretty face for the first time, I am your dear beloved Ngozi. You're welcome to my channel. Okay, so guys, let's talk about life as being a qualified nurse. As you all know, I just newly qualified and I'm just trying to digest into the system or acclimatize myself into the system. I will not come here to pretend to you all guys that it's so rosy, it's beautiful, come and be a nurse, there is money, there is job, there is this, the bed is already laid, just come and jump in and sleep and have a good time. Go to the staff room, make your food, eat. When it's time, take your bag. Bye, peace out, I'll see you tomorrow. Guys, I've been practicing for the past month now, and it's not a bed of roses. It's not a bed of roses, and I'm not saying this to scare you, but I'm just saying it to prepare your mind. If you're thinking on leaning into the side of becoming a qualified nurse, going into the nursing profession, you're highly welcome, because actually I need more brothers and sisters. Just come, I beg. Come, I need more brothers and sisters. But apart from that, guys, yeah, so let's talk about today. So my life as a nurse for this past months has been nothing else but fantastic. Why did I say fantastic? It has been so fantastic because it has really helped me a lot to learn more things, new skills, meet new people, both patients and staffs, learn things that ordinarily I wouldn't read about, I wouldn't know. So it has really helped me. Guys, there is a big, massive difference between an healthcare assistant to a qualified nurse. Quote me anywhere. It's easy for us to say, come and study nursing, come and do this, come and do that. It's all good, but are you really ready? Are you really ready? Because my life has changed. Yes, my life has changed since I became a nurse. Now I have more respect for the nurses. Nurses, I have more respect for you all guys. Yeah, I have respect for everyone, you know, for every profession, for every human being, for nurses. But now that I'm a nurse myself, I have even more respect for the nurses because they do such an amazing and incredible job. So I salute you nurses. So guys, my life as a nurse has really changed my entire being. I used to be an healthcare assistant. In my previous video, I've said all the healthcare assistant that I've worked. I've worked in the community sector, nursing home, domiciliary, support worker. I've done them all. But now that I am in the hospital as a qualified nurse, now the scenario, the game, everything has changed. Everything has changed. So if you want to become a nurse or you are planning to become a nurse, please listen to me and listen very good, and share to anyone that is still planning or that is a student that is, you know, in the line that we have in this field. Please feel free to share. This video is for sharing. You can share. So this career of mine, this career of ours, my life as a nurse has really changed, because I remember when I used to be an healthcare assistant, especially when I joined the NHS as an healthcare assistant many years ago. When we are doing anything, you always have someone to fall back, you know, as an healthcare assistant. The difference between the healthcare assistant and the nurse, the difference is so massive. It's so massive. I respect healthcare assistant, yes, because I was once an healthcare assistant. I am not discriminating anybody, but I'm just trying to talk the differences between these two roles. Do I, like last week I was like, I enjoy my role as an healthcare assistant. I'm just being honest now. Yes, because I used to be an healthcare assistant, and whenever you are an healthcare assistant, or if you're an healthcare assistant, there is a limit at which you can go. For example, when I used to be an healthcare assistant, if I went to a patient and take the patient blood measurements, measure the patient blood sugar or blood pressure, BP, and the numbers, the parameters are not in the normal, within the range of parameters that it's supposed to be, what am I going to do at that point? I'll first of all go and tell the nurse. I'll look for the nurse that is looking after that patient, because whenever you are allocated a patient, there is a nurse that is assigned to that patient, so you are working directly under that nurse, right? So whenever I check a blood pressure that is not within the normal parameters, I will go and look for the nurse. I just did the blood pressure for number 2 and is slightly on the low side. Oh, what is it? It's 96 over 50 something. They will say, okay, thank you. Please, can you recheck it in 30 minutes or in 1 hour, depending on what the nurse will tell you. Say, okay. And now the blood pressure will come down even further. Maybe now 90 over 49. You just rush to the nurse looking after the patient. Hi, Miss P, have you rechecked the blood pressure and it's still 90 over 49? You say, okay, thank you. That is where your work comes to an end as an healthcare assistant. Or they will further ask you, please ask him to drink water, or sit him up, do it in the right arm or in the left arm, or let him sit right and let's try and see. You will do all those stuff, but that is where it comes to an end, right? As an healthcare assistant, okay. Or I went, for example, now to take a blood sugar from a patient, and the blood sugar is 3.2, which is below the parameters. I will go and tell the nurse. First of all, as an healthcare assistant, taking the blood sugar, you have to go and tell the nurse looking after the patient. The nurse now will not say, oh, please do tea, make him a cup of tea or a coffee, put 1 sugar or 2 sugar, let them drink, or they will give them glucose or whatever to boost the blood sugar. Okay, thank you very much. That is where your own work as an healthcare assistant comes to an end. Or for example, let me give you another example, because there are 1,000,001 examples that I will give you if I want to give you. But let me give you the last example, okay? For example, your patient had a fall. The patient had a fall, and you are the healthcare assistant on duty. Now you saw the patient fall and you called for help arrived. Maybe the nurse now arrived, the other persons might come. You support the patient and sit the patient down, and maybe the patient cannot stand up. You do your assessments, blah blah blah. You check the blood pressure as an healthcare assistant, or even the nurse can do that. If the patient cannot, supported to stand up, you hoist the patient and bring the patient to a place of comfort, make the patient comfortable. You as an healthcare assistant, your job is done and dusted, though. You don't go with that, so your own is done. Okay. Now let's come to the role of a nurse. Let's come to the role of a nurse. So now you are the nurse looking after this patient that they've checked the blood sugar and the blood sugar is low. They've checked the blood pressure and the blood pressure is low. They've checked the urine dipstick and the urine dipstick has some traces of blood or whatever. And the patient fall, they've hoisted the patient to the bed or to the chair. Now that is where your own work as a nurse comes in. Your own will not stop there. This patient, you are responsible. The patient, that is your number 1 priority. You are directly responsible for the patient care. Let me use that word. Yes, you are directly responsible. Even if the healthcare assistant has helped you to do all these things that I've mentioned, you as the nurse, you are the one that will make sure that if the blood pressure is low, what will you do? What will you do as a nurse? They've come to tell you, oh, Nurse Ngozi, I've done a room 2, blood pressure is low. It's my responsibility now to take it further, 1 step further. I will not just say, oh, they've told me that the blood pressure is low, they've documented it. If I'm me as a nurse, I leave it there. That is where the trouble will begins. Because if anything happened to the patient, I will be held responsible. And in this country of ours, as a qualified nurse, you have a pin. My pin. You see that pin after the breath that you take is the pin. The next thing, the way you protect yourself, like something is falling on you, you will try to dodge. You don't want anything to fall on your body. You know, you try to protect your eyes, or somebody is coming to eat your eyes, you know, you try to dodge. That is how it is. You want to protect yourself from any harm. That is how, after protecting yourself, the next thing you are protecting as a nurse is your pin. Oh, your pin. That thing called pin in this country, guys, as a nurse. Oh, my life as a nurse. Or soccer. My life as a nurse is too sweet. That's what I just said. So you as a nurse, they will come and call you, Ngozi. So it's your responsibility to follow up the patient, to see what the patient is prescribed, to know the condition. You must know your patient as a nurse. Not as an healthcare. As an healthcare assistant, you have to know your patient, but you as a nurse, your responsibility is huge. Is huge. You have to contact them, tell your nurse in charge, go to the doctor, liaise with the doctor. The doctor will suggest to the doctor, or they will tell you what to do. You know, you don't just leave it to the doctor. You liaise with the doctor to know what is best for this patient. The doctor will say, okay. Some doctor will say, okay, fine. Okay, let's put him on this. Let's put him on that. You will go again to check. The blood pressure is dropping. You'll be chasing the doctor because you cannot give any medication without the doctor prescribed. Even if they've told you with their mouth that, yeah, you are not allowed in this country to give until you see that medication has reflected in your system. Yes, you can go ahead to give. Your responsibility as a nurse is huge. Or the blood sugar now is low, you figure out what to do for the patient. What am I going to do to balance the blood sugar? You still have to contact the doctor, inform your nurse in charge, recheck the blood sugar. Now you are not even relying on your HCA. There are some times you don't just want to rely on them. You just go and do it on your own because your pin is at stake. Your 3 years and suffering and everything is at stake. So the responsibility of a nurse now is dawning on me that before me, I used to tell the nurses, oh, nurse, this person blood pressure is like, and now they are coming to me. Can you imagine? The day it dawned on me, Ngozi, I just checked the patient blood pressure, and it was I was like, bang 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 bang. You are no longer an healthcare assistant. You are a nurse. The responsibility has fallen on you, guys. Oh, my life as a nurse. So guys, the work of a nurse, the responsibility of a nurse is huge, especially in this country. There is no place for error. There is no place for mistake. My life as a nurse has changed since I became a qualified nurse. My life has changed. You think more of the patients. You think more of what you want to do. What have you done this right? You reflect and reflect and reflect. At times, it can be a bit overwhelming. I won't lie you. I just started my career, but it can be a bit overwhelming. So if you are leaning to become a nurse, it's a very beautiful, amazing, rewarding and fulfilling career, but you have to be strong. You have to prepare your mind physically, mentally, and otherwise to face it. And I believe if you put all these things together, you are well prepared physically, mentally, and prayerfully, because me, I'm a Christian, I think you will be fine. You will come out on top. Above all, you will learn a lot of things. You will be on top there because you are always researching and reading and knowing things, learning new things, researching on things, getting to know things that ordinarily you won't even, be bothered to read about. The way everything has really changed, not for the bad but for the good, and I'm glad. I'm not regretting going into nursing. This is just my early days. I'm just like 1 month in this career, and I'm just loving it. It's not easy. It's not like, I would say it's not for everyone, but it's a very rewarding career. a career that will enable you to learn more, to know more, to push yourself. My life as a nurse has just begun. My experiences have just begun, and I will keep bringing it to you guys. So set your mind to do anything, you will definitely do it. So this is my little story of my life as a nurse for 1 month in the journey of nursing. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy this video. As always, I love you, and I remain your dearly beloved Ngozi. Bye.